Hello mga kabibig, welcome back sa ating bagong YouTube channel. Ito ang pinakamaingay ng YouTuber sa balat ng YouTube. Ako si Kabibig, maglebag-lebag na with evidence. Ako na, parang na-imbierna si BBM. Na-imbierna si BBM kasi sakay ng malaking barkong pangalan Sarah Sky. Dumating ang Russian oil. Galing sa Russia to ha. Palakpakan natin ang Russia. Tumulong sa Pilipinas. Pero ang barkong sakay, ang pangalan ng barko, Sarah Sky. Sabi ng mga ilang netizen, is this the sign na si Sarah talaga ang solusyon ng Pilipinas? Si Sarah pa rin ang solusyon ng problema ng Pilipinas. Sabi ng iba, BBM, sinampal kayata ng taga-Russia. Kasi ang pangalan ng barko, Sarah Sky. So para yatang binamumukha ng Russia na kailangan mo nang bumaba. Si Sarah na Si Sarah na ang nagdala ng Russia oil sa Pilipinas. O ito kabibig ha. Ito yung mga komento ng mga sikat na mga personalities at politiko kasama si Senator Robin Padilla. Opo mga kabibig. Sabi ni Senator Robin Padilla, sabi ni Miss ni Malutikia, ito ang mga komento nila. Ito Yan. Sabi ni Miss Malu, Russian oils arrive as PH battles, energy emergency. Sarah Sky. Sarah talaga isisigaw kahit sa Russia. Pati barko. Sarah Sky. Di ba? Si President Duterte noon ay pumunta sa Russia para makipagkaibigan tuwan-tuwa si President Putin kaya siguro pumayag ang Russia na mag-deliver dito sa atin ng fuel. It is a sign. Agila, lumipad sa sky. Oy, nako. Sinadya ba yan ng Russia? Nako, I love it. It means the eagle from Davao is meant to fly. Sarah Sky, the name is a music to majority of the Filipinos here and abroad. It is a sign. O yan, nakabibig ha. It is a sign na daw. Ito rin ang komento ni Rob Rances. Dagdag na supply. Sarah pa rin ang solusyon. Thank you, Russia. Yes, sunod na tutulong China, di ba? Iba't ibang interpretasyon kabibig ang ibinibigay ng mga netizen sa unang shipment ng langis mula Russia sa loob ng 5 taon matapos ang kasunduang pinasok ng pamahalaan at Petron upang palawakin ang pinanggagalingan ng supply dahil naapektuhan ang tradisyonal na ruta sa Strait of Hormuz. Inhayag ng Department of Energy DOE na nakarating na sa Pilipinas ang 22,578,000 litrong diesel bilang dagdag na inventaryo ng bansa. At lunan ito sa barkong Sarah Sky, ang pangalan ng Russian vessel na naghatid ng langis sa bansa. Naku po. Paretang may masasaktan na naman ito. Sabihin naman na, nako, ang mga dito, ang mga DDS, kung ano-ano man ang inyong mga naisip. Kung ano-ano na lang i-connect nyo. Bahala kayo. Yan ang aming pagkaintindi. Sabi ni Senator Robin Padilla kabibig ha, ito ang kanyang i-share mga kabibig sa kanyang Facebook fan page after niya nabasa na Sarah Sky ang pangalan ng vessel, ng barko, nagdala ng gasolina o oil sa Pilipinas. Sarah Sky, I love the name. Ito ang unang shipment ng langis ng Russia sa Pilipinas sa loob ng 5 taon. Nakipagsundo ang gobyerno at Petron sa deal na ito upang pag-iba-ibahin ang mga pinagmumulan ng gasolina dahil ang kaguluhan sa Middle East ay nakagambala sa mga tradisyonal na ruta ng supply sa Strait of Hormuz. This is the first shipment of Russian oil to the Philippines in 5 years. The government and Petron negotiated this deal to diversify fuel sources as conflict in Middle East as well as natural supply rose through the Strait of Hormuz. Yan kabibig ho. Sabi ng mga netizen na after na nakita ito ha, the oil tanker is 16 years old. PRRD was the 16th president of the Philippines and Sarah is the name of PRRD's daughter. What a coincidence. Sign na ba yan sa 2028? Kung si PRRD pa ang presidente, ngayon Marami tayong langis kasi napakatalino ni tatay. Proud Cebuana ako. The name of the ship, say it all. Oh. Dumating na daw bilang oil tanker ng Pilipinas sa Russia. Ang problema na name ay Sarah. Marami natutuwa. Nalungkot naman si Marcos. The sign is crystal clear. The stars in the sky align for victory and unstoppable. Yun mga kabibig, ang komento ng ilang mga netizen after na nakita ang pangalan ng barko na nagdala ng oil galing sa Russia. Pangalang Sarah Sky. Coincidence ba ito? Posible. 16 years old yung barko. Tapos si PRRD, 16th president, tapos ang anak ni PRRD, Sarah. Ay, naku, grabe talaga ang mga DDS mag-connect-connect ba. Well, happy naman tayo na tinulungan tayo ng Russia. Pero, na-shock lang ang mga tao ba na ang pangalan ng barko na dala ng solusyon ng Pilipinas ay Sarah Sky. Wag niyo na kaming i-bash dito, ha? Pagbigyan na lang kami kasi happy tayong lahat. Pero mas happy kami kasi nakikita namin ang pangalang Sarah Sky. Ay, galit na naman ang mga loyalisto. Di ba? O eto ha, kaya pala, yung mga kongresista ba, talagang hahanapan nila ng tao doon, ng mali si BP Sara. Kasi ito basahin natin kabibag ha. Itong merong isang komento si Attorney Hinlo, mga kabibig. Basahin natin ha, ito.
Ang ginagawa nila doon sa House of Representatives, purely politika.
Mm-hmm.
They would want to put the Vice President in a bad light in the eyes of the public because she is the most trusted, popular public official of the land now, despite all their efforts to destroy her for the past 2 years. Inilabas na raw nila si Piatos na ebidensya doon sa House, di ba? Pero maglalabas din kami ng Piatos dito, kainin natin, ha? Hindi ito ebidensya. Pagmerienda kasi, apandisal lang yung binibigay nila sa kamuning, eh.
Okay.
Ito.
Okay. Leave it aside. Okay.
Natutuwa. Sa totoo lang, yung kanilang pinaggagawa ngayon dyan sa House of Representatives, which is a blatant violation of the provisions of the Constitution as stated by Attorney Bondok a while ago, on Article 11, more particularly Section 3, and Article 3, which is the Bill of Rights. So, meaning, we have a possible actionable suit that we can file before the Supreme Court for the House of Representatives abusing its authority, resulting into lack of jurisdiction of what they are doing and an unconstitutional act. So any one of us here can file the corresponding petition before the Supreme Court to question the actions of the House of Representatives. And we are a proper party in interest. Meron tayong personality to file the necessary action. I have been in Congress for so many years. I was there in 1987. I saw the impeachment of Erap there. I was involved in somehow. I was also involved in the impeachment of then Chief Justice Davide as consultant of the Office of the Speaker, give advice to the leaders of the House of what to do. Sumunod po dyan yung impeachment ni GMA. Ilang beses po yung may final dyan. Then the impeachment of Merceditas Gutierrez, impeachment of Andres Bautista, and Sereno. All these impeachment cases that were filed in the House, I was able to be part in whatever capacities. No? Ngayon, going back to the integrity of these impeachment proceedings, tama yung sinabi. Only the Senate has the sole power to try and decide cases of impeachment. When you say try or trial, there is no distinction of maxi trial or mini trial. Basta trial yan. Yung mini skirt lang yan. Magandang panupurin yan. Pero, there's no such thing as mini trial. Saan sila naka-invento ng ganon? Now, if they are going to, again, define what they are doing as, well, it is akin. Ayan, yung salita akin. Akin yan, akin. Okay. Similar to a preliminary investigation before the office of the prosecutor Or maybe we can say inquest proceedings. Kasi kami mga trial lawyers, dinaanan namin yan. So summary lang talaga ang pinag-uusapan doon. Whether it's an inquest proceedings or preliminary investigation before the office of the prosecutor, then the only things to be considered by the prosecutor would be what? The complaint affidavits. And the affidavits of the witnesses, if there are any, and the counter affidavit of the defendant or respondent, or the real pieces of evidence that have been recovered. And if these are sufficient, then they will file the corresponding information in court. Yun lang ang gagawin. Hindi pwedeng magkaroon ka ng tawagin ng piskal kung sino-sino yung mga wala naman silang participation that they have not filed any document in form of affidavit. Because that is fishing expedition na yon. Fishing expedition yon. Yung ginagawa nila ngayon, okay, dapat pagbasihan lamang nila. They have already determined yung substance is there. Compliant daw. So, compliant ba yung complaint? Compliant ba doon sa mga attached affidavits? Ngayon, kung meron silang clarificatory hearing, ang tawag ko dyan, hindi trial. They have to clarify those provisions or those allegations in the affidavits that were filed by those potential witnesses or by the complainants. Then they can conduct a hearing. Clarify nyo nga ito. What do you mean by this? That is clarificatory hearing. But if you are going to start issuing subpoena to people who are not mentioned in the complaint or who have not submitted any document or affidavit, that is violation already of the provision of the Constitution on trial. Trial na kasi yan eh. So, sabihin mong mini trial, ano mini trial? Pagkakaiba ba yan sa maxi trial or trial? Pareho lang na trial yan. And remember, any incidents or any other action related to trial, which is the sole power of the Senate, and if this is undertaken by the House of Representatives, it is unconstitutional. It is just not unconstitutional, it's also done with grave abuse of discretion amounting to lack of jurisdiction. Nung binasa ko yung answer ad cotellam ni VP Sara, I was so proud of her lawyers. Magaling sila. They know what they are doing. They know their law. They have to answer it, but it's ad cotellam, meaning to say as a precautionary measure without waiving the right to object on anything related to the unconstitutionality of the complaints or the proceedings that will take place in the House. So ngayon, ang ginagawa nitong Committee on Justice, insisting of issuing subpoenas, meron silang sinabpina pa na abogado, no? No, these are all violation. These are all violation of the sole power of the Senate in a trial. No? Hindi naman na ito kasi committee hearing lamang ng in order to what do you call that? Pass a law.
In aid
No,
of
not anymore.
legislation. Hindi naman.
This
diba?
is a hearing not in aid of legislation, but a committee hearing to determine if there is not just a mere probable cause, but if there are evidence that would warrant the findings of the Committee on Justice to go up to the plenary and for the plenary to decide and then transmit the matter to the Senate. Ganun lang kasimple yung impeachment proceedings. They are trying to complicate things in a way, katulad sinabi ni Attorney Parasin, ni Congressman Jing, because sabi nila, Sarsuela ito. Sabi ni Attorney Topacio, kangaroo court. No, don't use kangaroo court. That's going to be an insult to the beautiful kangaroo. I love kangaroo. I've been to Australia many times and they are so beautiful. So don't compare the Committee on Justice as a kangaroo court. It's an insult to the kangaroo. Or even they say sinabi, muro-muro lang. No. Don't use again that muro. It's an insult to our Muslim brothers and sisters. No? Hindi pwede. No? Ang ginagawa nila doon sa House of Representatives, purely politika. You would want to put the
Agree.
Vice President in a bad light in the eyes of the public because she is the most trusted, popular public official of the land now, despite all their efforts to destroy her for the past 2 years. Hindi nila mapababa yan yung kanyang trust rating. And, you know, if you read the decisions of the Supreme Court, the 2025 decision, the motion for reconsideration of 2026, klaro, sinabi ng Supreme Court, this impeachment is not only political, it is also legal process. And when you talk of legal process, the main basis of looking at the legality or illegality of the proceeding is what the Constitution provides, because the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. It is the fundamental law of the land. So anything that is contrary to Article 11 in relation to the Bill of Rights is unconstitutional, therefore it is illegal. And what they are doing right now, it is illegal. May nagtanong din sa akin, paano yung subpoena pag pinadalhan ka ng subpoena ng Committee on Justice? If they are not going to, if the one that is being addressed to would not attend, can he or she be cited for contempt? Well, for sure gagawin nila yun. Iko-contempt nila yun. Mapapa-aresto pa nila. But would that be a legal action of the House? No. No. It will be unconstitutional. It will violate due process, the right of that person. Because here, it's no longer just be resource person. Napapatawag mo siya para magbigay ng kanyang opinion, nalalaman niya tungkol sa isang batas na nakabinbin.
Akala kasi ng member ng House ng Justice Committee, quadcom to. Hindi na quadcom to. Impeachment na to. Pero parang yung mga actions nila ba, parang pang quadcom pa rin. Hindi sila naka-move on. Akala kasi nila yung quadcom style na ay magagamit nila para, ano ba, fishing expedition, kumukuha ng ebidensya laban kay VP Sara. Hindi na to. Tapos na kayo doon. Sukang-suka na mga tao sa inyo.
Panukala na nakabinbin in order to be passed by the committee. Ito hindi na Itong Committee on Justice here is acting not just a mere committee of the House that's going to pass pieces of legislation, but eventually it will become the body that will prosecute these impeachment proceedings in the House. So tama rin yung sinasabi na it is similar to the preliminary investigation or inquest proceedings. Then so submitted yan. Sige, I admit. Similar, but it's not the same. But you cannot go beyond what is allowed and authorized in a preliminary investigation or inquest proceedings. Because going beyond that would be violation of the Constitution. So yun lamang po yung aking maikling paliwanag po sa inyo.
So yun kabibig, nabigyan kayo ng paliwanag ha kay Attorney Hinlo. So ano pa ba ang kulang? Maraming mga lawyers ang nag-explain sa mga ginagawang hakbang na mali-mali ng Justice Committee sa pangunguna ni Chairman Jinky Luis. So hinayaan lang niya na mag-manifest, mag-motion, at they voted for the motion. Ang tanong, baka masikwati kayo ha? Bakit ma-back to yun na naman kayo? Yun lang kabibig ang ating Debug for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Bye everyone. See you next time.